Hey, what's up everybody? Tobin here, 5M Family Homestead Channel. Have you ever had just one little part of your life, one little thing in your life that you just feel like you can't ever get it right? Like maybe you're cursed, or I don't know. Well, for me, that thing is water lines. We have lived in rural houses our entire adult lives, and I always have trouble with water lines, and this house that we live in now is no exception. But this time it's kind of my fault, so I don't know if the curse part applies or maybe it's just stupidity on my part. But I don't know if you can see back there behind me, but right back over there's water standing, and that's because we have a water line that's leaking. So today we're going to try to get it fixed, and I've got something that I found at Home Depot that makes this job very, very easy. I've used a few of them already to repair our water line, and I'm going to use one again today, so I'll show that to you here in a minute. But if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. Thank you all very much for being here. Let's go over and I'll show you what we got going on. So as you can see, we have a big puddle of water right there, and if you follow that water uphill, still wet right here, all along here, and then right about where that shovel is where it stops. Our water line, our water shutoff is right here. I've already shut the water off. The water line goes straight towards that shovel right there, and then it bends, goes under my work van, and then back around behind our shop, and then connects to the house on the other side of the shop. When we first moved in, the water line actually went straight underneath the driveway and then up to the house. And we had it break a couple times. You can see over there on the driveway, there's some patches where we had to dig the driveway up and fix it. So a couple summers ago when it broke, I finally had enough, went to Home Depot, rented a really crappy trencher they had, and tried to put my own line in. I've done plenty of water line work before, so I know what I'm doing, but I was very rushed when I was doing it, and the glue that I was using, you're supposed to let it sit for 30 minutes before you handle it. I did not do that. I put the line in, I dug the trench, laid the pipe down in there, put the little couplers in there, and finished it up, put water pressure on it. I mean, you're not even supposed to put water pressure on it for like 6 hours. I had water pressure on it within 20-30 minutes. So what's happened is, and the line kind of bends, which doesn't help either. I should have went straight. So those couple of mistakes have caused where this is the second or third or fourth time I've had to go back and fix the line. And what happens is those little couplers where they were glued together, eventually that glue has come loose and it just sits there and leaks. I had one go out behind the shop that just blew loose and it ran water all night. This one, fortunately, is not doing that. It's just a little leak. So we're gonna dig it up and see if we can fix it. So like I was saying, I'm thinking it's somewhere right about where this shovel is. The ground's pretty wet and gets wetter and wetter going back that direction and then down there. So we're gonna dig it up and see what happens. So here is the problem. If you look, the glue is broke loose on this side. If you move this up and down, you can see it moving. So I'm gonna cut that coupler completely out of there, and we're gonna use something different. So guys, if you live on a rural property and you have a water line, especially older property, this house that we live in is about 20 years old. It's in your best interest to find out what diameter pipe you have feeding your house from the water main shut off into your house, and go to Home Depot and buy you a couple of these. These are compression fittings, so you don't have to glue them at all. And basically all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut that pipe, and then there'll be a gap in it, but it'll be inside this coupler. And basically all you do is slide this in over you slide this over the pipe, then slide this onto the pipe, and then you tighten this down. And as you tighten it down, it compresses, and that's why they call it a compression coupler. And it will hold on there. And I don't know how long these are rated, like in years, but they've got to be able to last 20 or 30 years. It's PVC pipe and then this real heavy duty plastic washer. And I've used 1 or 2 of these already to replace these old couplers that are leaking. Again, this is my fault. Did a couple things wrong. I knew I was doing them wrong. I was in a hurry when I was trying to do this line because the line had just broke and we were trying to get it done before dark. And in hindsight, I should have done a lot of things different, and I'm probably gonna end up paying for that in the long run. I'm probably gonna end up, Shannon was out here just now talking to me, and I'm about at my wit's end with the water line, so much more trouble out of it. I'm gonna go rent a good trencher, and I'm gonna put a whole new line in and put it probably 24 inches deep, and put some cushion sand around it, and hopefully never have to worry about it again and do it right. So we're gonna cut this coupler out of here, put the compression coupler on there, tighten it down, and we'll be done. That's not supposed to happen. All right, so we got the old coupler cut out, got all the water bailed out of the hole, and got the pipe cleaned up. So now it's time to put on our compression fitting. All right, we got the compression coupler on there, and now we got to tighten it down. All right guys, I got the compression coupler on there, got it tightened down. I'm pretty sure, you know, obviously I had to center it over where I cut that old coupler out. There's a gap about that big, and the coupler's, you know, several inches longer than that, so I'm pretty sure I got it centered over it. We're about to turn the water on and find out. Is the faucet still open in the house?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. All right guys, we have the water turned back on, and it is not leaking. This hole is slowly filling back up with water, but it's trickling back in from this side, from this direction right here. Just the ground's so saturated from it leaking for the last couple days, so it's just coming back in, but it's not dripping anywhere. So I think we got her fixed. So I am not a plumber, preface that first, but I've done a lot of plumbing handyman stuff around the house, and
shop.
I know. I put poison out.
He was like all over the deer heads.
Well then.
So.
Yeah, we got a mouse in the shop. I saw him this morning. He's getting kind of brave. I wonder if he's already been eating on the poison I put out, because he's not acting like he should. He's kind of a little more brave than he should be. So, like I was saying before, I'm not a plumber. One thing I can tell you is when you turn your water off at the main, fix your leak, before you turn your water back on at the main, go in your house and open 2 or 3 faucets. Because when you turn the water off, cut the line and fix it, all the water runs out from inside your house, from all the faucets, the toilets, everything. And then if you were to fix that line and then just turn the water back on, that water would come, that pressure would just go through there, and it can blow something up. So having 2 or 3 faucets open in your house allows that water to come back through there, and all that pressure not to hit anything and bust it out. It goes out the faucet and down the drain and prevents problems. So, but guys, like I said, if you live in a rural setting, if there's any possibility that you're gonna have water line issues, do yourself a favor, go to Home Depot and grab you some of those couplers. Make sure you know what kind of water line you have, what size. They make them in every size. Ours is 1 inch, I believe, 3/4 inch. Not sure. One of the two. I know I've got all the fittings in there. I already bought them. I just can't remember. But
like I should know that. I don't even know.
But just go pick those up. You won't regret it. That's the 2nd or 3rd one I've used. I actually figured out that spot has already been repaired one time, and I repaired it before I bought these couplings, and it busted again, which is just unbelievable. Those couplers are a lifesaver, and I'm very, very happy and thankful I got some of them. I got 1 more in there, and then once I use that one, I'll buy a couple more and keep them on hand. They're more expensive than a normal coupler. They're probably $6 or $8, I believe, but it's well worth it. So
yeah, because we had the water off a total of 15-20 minutes, and the
yeah,
water's back on. We don't have to wait for the glue. We don't
Yeah.
have to wait for any of that.
Yep, and that was our problem from the get-go on this whole water line, was
Yes.
gluing it and not waiting for it to dry properly before we were messing with it and putting pressure on it, and it was just a pain. So it is time to till our garden. We should have already turned it over once, but we just have not had time with taxidermy season and everything else we got going on. So I'm gonna fire up the old tiller and get it turned over. May try to turn it over one more time before we plant onions if we have time. So I'm not gonna till it real deep. Probably just go just enough to get all the grass and stuff out of it. So let's go over here, and I haven't fired the tiller up in a while, but I drained the gas out of it, turned the gas off, let it run till there's no gas left in the carburetor, and it's been stored over here, so we'll see. We've had this tiller probably, lost my line. We've had this tiller probably, it's be 3 years now, maybe 4. It's a PowerMate brand, bought it at Home Depot. We're just giving Home Depot all kinds of shout outs today, like they need more shout outs. Shannon's telling me the chickens are out. We let them out in the small area, and they busted out in the yard, so hopefully the hawk, we haven't seen the hawk in a couple days, so.
Probably about 4 days.
Yeah, so.
I'm watching that rooster, the Silky, watching him like when he like goes on alert. But.
Yeah, he put them all up last time. So y'all let me know if y'all want to see a review video on this tiller. I've been meaning to make one for a while and just haven't got around to it. Y'all let me know if you want to see one. I've been really impressed with it, but I could kind of go over it. gear up for that. It's our first experience with it, so
Yeah, there's a lot. Like when you have predators in the sky, you feel very helpless.
There's not much you can do about it.
No, so, and we've, like I said, we lost a lot of our flock early in the winter from old age and maybe a cold. I don't know. So, and beginning of the summer, end of the summer, we had 15 chickens. We're down to 7.
Well, we sold a couple, and then
we
lost some, and yeah, so
now it's more important than ever to protect them.
Yeah, we're down to, how many we got? 6? 7?
Well, 8, that Wyandotte, she's still in there with the silkies.
Yeah, so 7 laying hens and one prospect, so hopefully we'll pan out. So.
She's about to have to go in with the big girls.
Yeah, she's getting bigger than the silkies. So guys, thank y'all very much for watching. If you haven't already, go follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook. Shanna and Sarah run that, and they post a lot of stuff on there. And hit that thumbs up button for us, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and we'll see y'all again.
Bye.